The reason you're here right now is simple. You were guided. The universe speaks in ways that most never hear, in patterns, in feelings, in coincidences that are not coincidences at all. When your vibration begins to rise, you start to attract messages that match your new frequency. And that is what this moment is. A meeting between your expanding energy and divine timing. Something inside you has shifted. You can feel it, even if you can't explain it. The world around you feels the same, yet something inside you knows it isn't. This is the beginning of your awakening. The thoughts that once controlled you are losing power. The old version of you is dissolving. You are remembering something deeper, something ancient and infinite. For so long, you've tried to control everything, the outcomes, the people, the path. But the more you tried, the heavier it became. Now, you are being invited to surrender, not to give up, but to open up. Because manifestation is not about chasing, it's about allowing. It's about alignment. It's about trusting that your higher self, the part of you that already knows, is leading the way. Before any great shift, there is always silence. Before the dawn, the deepest night. Before the transformation, a feeling of being lost. You might have felt confused lately, disconnected, like nothing is making sense anymore. But that confusion isn't chaos, it's creation. It's the universe rearranging everything inside you so it can match the vibration of the life you're stepping into. You are not falling apart. You're falling into alignment. And I know it doesn't always feel beautiful. Awakening rarely does. Because before you rise, everything that cannot rise with you must fall away. Old beliefs, old versions, old attachments, they begin to fade. You begin to see through illusions you once called truth. This is not punishment. This is purification. You are stepping into a timeline that your past self could barely imagine, and that requires one thing above all: trust. Trust when you can't see the path. Trust when you feel like nothing is moving. Trust when you feel alone in your transformation. Because the universe isolates you before it elevates you. You are being separated not to suffer, but to remember who you are without the noise of others. Everything around you begins with everything within you. That is the secret most people never understand. When you start changing your internal identity, the outer world has no choice but to adjust. Reality bends to who you believe yourself to be. So if you wish to manifest a new life, you don't start by asking for it. You start by becoming it. Every shift in your external world is a reflection of an internal upgrade. You become wealth by embodying abundance in thought. You become love by living as love in energy. You become peace by choosing presence in every breath. That is the real manifestation. Not forcing, not wishing, but embodying the frequency of your next reality. You may not notice it yet, but every moment you spend in awareness is dissolving the old you. The self that was ruled by fear, by doubt, by control, that self is being rewritten. And the universe is preparing to reveal what comes next. But first, you must remember, you are not behind. You are not late. You are right on time. Your path is unfolding in perfect divine order. Even the detours were direction. Even the silence was communication. Even the endings were beginnings in disguise. Inhale presence. Exhale the need to know how it all works. Because right now, you are exactly where you are meant to be. And soon, the shift you've been sensing will appear in ways you can no longer deny. This is not the end. This is the awakening. You are beginning to sense that life is not happening to you. It's unfolding through you. Every thought, every emotion, every belief, each one is a vibration carving the shape of your reality. When you finally understand this, you stop fighting the world outside and start tuning the world within. You realize that the same energy that spins galaxies also breathes through your lungs. You are not separate from creation. You are the pulse of it. The universe is a mirror, and consciousness is the artist. What you paint on the inside eventually appears on the outside. For years you've been taught to chase. Chase success, chase love, chase peace. But chasing keeps you running, and running keeps you away from the stillness where alignment lives. So pause. Feel this moment. You don't need to reach abundance. You need to remember abundance. It was never missing. It was waiting for recognition. The sense of lack was a dream. The belief that you were behind, unfinished, unworthy, that was the old story. And now that story is ending. A new identity is writing itself through you. But identity does not shift overnight. It dissolves like dawn light melting darkness. Slowly, gently, inevitably. So be patient with yourself. You're not rebuilding from zero. You're unfolding from truth. Each time you notice your old patterns, the fear, the doubt, the self-criticism, don't fight them. Observe them like clouds passing through a vast sky. They are echoes of an outdated self. Acknowledging them is how you free them. The missed opportunity, the person who left, the moment you thought was failure, each was a sacred redirection. Every time you thought you were being abandoned, you were actually being aligned. The universe never punishes, it prepares. And that preparation has brought you here, to this quiet realization that the outer world mirrors the inner identity. Soon, you will no longer ask, how do I get what I want? Instead, you'll ask, how do I become the version of me who already has it? That question is the doorway to transformation. It's the bridge between awakening and manifestation. Before we step through that doorway, breathe. Let go of every timeline, every expectation, every need for proof, because proof arrives after faith, never before. The shift you crave is already forming, not in the future, but right now, beneath your awareness, in the unseen layers of identity. You can trust that. You can relax into that. When the caterpillar dissolves, it doesn't plan its wings. It simply surrenders to becoming. So will you. And that surrender, that quiet yes to your higher self, is the final step of awakening and the first step of identity shift. Now, the universe invites you to create consciously, to sculpt the new self, to become the energy that magnetizes everything aligned with it. You are ready. Live from your future self now. The awakening has begun. Now, it's time to become. There comes a moment when you realize that nothing outside of you can truly change until you do. You've tried manifesting with vision boards, affirmations, and endless techniques. But true manifestation was never about forcing your reality. It was about transforming the one who experiences it. Every desire you have is connected to a different version of you. The you that already has peace, love, abundance, success, that version already exists. It's not in the future, it's not far away, it's existing in another frequency of consciousness. The bridge between where you are and who you wish to be is not time, it's identity. When you say, I want this, the universe hears a lack. But when you become the person who already has it, reality has no choice but to reflect that truth back to you. You can't stay in the identity of struggle and expect to live in the vibration of freedom. You can't cling to doubt and expect to receive miracles. You can't speak lack and live abundance. Everything changes when you realize manifestation is not something you do, it's something you are. You manifest not by effort, but by alignment. You don't chase, You calibrate. You don't wait. You embody. If this message reached you, it wasn't by accident. Type it below and let the universe hear you. I am aligned. Stay connected to this frequency. Your journey has only begun.